Squad. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Sean Peter Blumfcott. Hey! And we are back again with another One Piece chapter. Today we will be reacting to One Piece chapter 1079. The title of this chapter is The Red Haired Pirates and Emperor's Crew. Now, before we get into this chapter, make sure you guys hit that like button. Also, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. Comment down below your thoughts on the chapter. What did I get right? What did I get wrong? Let me know down in the comments. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitch so you can catch me live and you can engage with me in real time. And also, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook if you want to get at me directly. And you can also get at me on the Discord where you can also send me content to react to. And you could be a part of a discussion stream. But yeah, let's get into this chapter. Like I said, it is One Piece chapter 1079, The Red Haired Pirates and Emperor's Crew. Oh man. So fortunately, I wasn't spoiled. You know, I've seen people posting stuff, but usually I kind of try to look away, right? I try to look away so I don't get spoiled. I already knew that this I was spoiled enough to know that this chapter was going to be about Shanks and Kid. You know, now I did get a glimpse of some stuff, but I don't know if it's just live. If somebody was just kind of exaggerating, so I don't want to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. We are just going to read the chapter. So let's get into it. All right, so we got the cover page. So we got we're going in a different direction and not following. So I don't know if the cover story is finished. Cuz if this is any indication, I guess the cover story could be finished cuz the last cover story, the last chapter we got of the cover story, the last cover page, Judge and Caesar formed an alliance, right? So I don't know where else that story could go cuz I want to say it initially started with I forgot where that chapter started. I know people showed up at Whole Cake Island to get and we learned that it was Augur and Aokiji. Yeah, Augur and Aokiji, right? Make sure I'm right. Or was it Shilu and Augur? I want to say it was Augur and Aokiji. I don't really remember. They went to Whole Cake Island, took pudding, fought. I think they fought Katakuri and Oven, or Katakuri and Dafugu. One of them. It was a combo of one of them two. But I do remember Katakuri being there, and they took pudding, and they also somehow the Germa they escaped. I remember them escaping, and they took Caesar along with them, and then that led to the meeting with Caesar and Judge. So yeah, so that was a cover story that was focused on Germa, if I remember correctly. Or even before what was that Whole Cake Island, we seen Ichiji and Reiju on their German 6-6 snail ships, right? And this was before they went to Whole Cake. So yeah, they're the ones who broke out their siblings, right? Ichiji and Reiju. And then it was pretty much the whole story of Germa. And I guess it ends with Caesar and Judge making up, forming that Neo Mads alliance, and I think that's about as far as that story is going to go. You know what I'm saying? It could also eventually lead to Vegapunk somehow, but maybe we don't get a cover story in that. Maybe if it does lead back to Vegapunk and possibly Queen and the Straw Hats and everything, it would just happen, right? It would just be we'll just see Caesar and Judge show up. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think we're pretty much finished with that cover story. I could be wrong, but it seems like that's a good spot to stop at where it did stop. But this cover page we see what looks to be Prometheus, you know, acting as a son. You know, I mean he's really just a flame homie, right? That looks like a son, but we see Prometheus acting like a son while Luffy is supposedly he's supposed to be watering these. I think you call them daffodils or daffodils. I think daffodils. I was about to say dandelions, but I think they're. or sunflowers. Sunflowers. He's watering these sunflowers, and there's like a line there. He's not actually watering the sunflowers. He's watering the line specifically, but the line look a little sad. There's also a frog there. Don't know what the frog's doing there, but it says cover request by Sunflower Shop from Tokyo. Luffy watering a line, mistaking it for a sunflower. Yeah, I thought that was pretty obvious. I thought that was pretty obvious. So it looks like we're back at the cover page requests, which it's nice to get a little break of cover stories, but I hope Oda does eventually bring us another cover story to get into. You know, I don't like lingering in cover page requests too much. I love cover stories, bro, like because they give us like a peek into what's going on behind the scenes that we don't get in the actual main story. So we get an Oda box that says a few hours earlier, York's plan. Okay, so we're gonna get some of what York, you know, if this is truly York, might I add, if this is truly York and not somebody acting as York, it says this is a bit of a pickle. The world government isn't just after the Stella. They're apparently looking to eliminate me too. Yeah, you idiot. What you think? What you think this was gonna be? What you think this was gonna be? Do you think they're gonna let you go? Huh? See, she not. I'm starting to think it might be York because she don't seem like the brightest. She don't seem like the brightest of the Vegapunks. You know, she didn't get any of the actual genius the other Vegapunks got. You know. York says, luckily I had a contingency plan just in case they decided to play it this way. For starters, okay, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I spoke too soon. For starters, I want you to wipe out all the pests around here. You can kill everyone now that the Frontier Dome is up again. Spare no one except for the Stella, the hostages, underground, and me. So, hold on. But I'm assuming she's going to talk to S Snake and give her order to turn her into stone and unturn her back. You know what I mean? But if we don't see that happen, then maybe, like I said, maybe this really isn't York. Maybe it really isn't. But so the Seraphim say, understood. Yeah, I don't see her saying that to Boa or S Snake. York continues, when you guys go rogue, I'm sure I'll trigger a whodunit style investigation. If my cover gets blown, I won't stand a chance in a fight. So to ensure they don't catch me, S Snake, okay, yeah, all right, okay, we see York being more of a mastermind. I'm kind of liking this though. I'm kind of liking this. York says, S Snake, I want you to get me in front of everyone. S Snake says, understood. And then York continues, be sure to free me when no one's looking. And then S Snake says, got it. And then York says, and one more thing. There's an area of the lab that I don't want you to damage. It's... Guess we can assume what that already is. And but we don't see her finishing it. Like she never finishes it. But I feel like if she was talking about the same area that Stella is in, she would have just said it. Is there like another area possibly? Because I feel like if it was that area that Stella would, like, we're already familiar with that area, so I don't get why Oda would be secretive about that specific area at this point, right? So is there like another area possibly? I mean, I guess I'm just gonna have to assume that it's the area where Stella's in, but I feel as though Oda would have just came out with that area instead of just making it seem all secretive. But could be wrong. I could be wrong. So we see S Snake flying with her jet boots. And she says, okay then, let the hunt begin. Or that's York. That's York continuing in the flashback. So we see the damaged lab. I think it's Labostratum. I don't. I always get confused what the areas are, which area is which. But I'm gonna just say the main lab is damaged, and something says crumble. Hurry up or hurry everyone onto the ships. We see Tomorrow, the PX Mark Twos, and we see all the civilians getting onto the ship. And but I don't think the government letting anybody off this island, bro. Like I could see once they try to escape this island, I could see that's when like Saturn Kizaru shows up. They might end up exterminating these civilians, bro, for real. Kind of like remember what they did in O'Hara when they tried to escape. Come on now, they not. I don't have the most confidence that these civilians are getting away this easily. I just don't. I just don't. One of the civilians says, "We're getting the heck out of here." Oh, yo, we see like the silhouette of a ship that looked like those logs, like you know how you got those big ass logs that look specifically like a specific ship, right? Blackbeard ship. And then we see Blackbeard's Jolly Roger. So Blackbeard is about to pull up on Egghead. I know somebody made this speculation that Blackbeard is going to be an Egghead. I mean, but is it Blackbeard though? Is it really Blackbeard or is it one of his crew? Like, is it like one of his captains with his ship? You know what I'm saying? Bro, we got Straw Hats. We got Straw Hats and Vegapunk and all the we got the Seraphim. We got Kizaru and Saturn showing up to Egghead. Saturn, a Gorosei member. Now we got Blackbeard here, bro. And we also got York acting as a traitor. If it is York. But at this point, I do believe it is most likely York, though. At this point, I do think it. Since they kind of showed us that flashback of her talking to the Seraphim, I'm starting to believe it might be her. Like, truly her. We cut to Warland Elbaf, New World. And we see Kid and Killer. Somebody says, why are the kid pirates splashing about here? Have you come for our beloved chief? Okay, so I think we about to dive into some other red hair pirates, like maybe some of his fleet, some of Shanks's fleet and his commanders of his fleets, right? Because we see a guy named Captain of the Puddle Pirates, Paddle Toe Garatini. He says, I won't ribbit myself again. You're not going to see him, so just hop off. So Shanks ain't even sending his main crew, bro. He's sending like his fleet. He's sending like some of his other ships after, like his subordinate captains, his subordinate fleet. He said, trust the captain to get tongue-tied. That's one of the people on his ship. And then we see some old guy, head of the social club pirates, Grave Tooth Fugar. And he got like dentures popping out of his mouth. He said, it speaks to the tooth. Fugar Mugu. And then they said, Gramps, your dentures. Okay, so we see this look like a Tuntata. Princess of Burgwis Pirates. Princess of, or is that Bourgeois? Princess of Bourgeois Pirates. Panicky Peruru. Panicky Peruru says, you icky plebe, I hate your guts. Wow, you're so bold, princess. She looked kind of like a Tuntata. So is there like a Tuntata ship? You know what I'm saying? Is there a Tuntata ship? Shanks got like some Tuntatas. But she looked like a Tuntata. I'm assuming she is. You know, I don't really know if she's small like them, but you know, she got kind of the she got the look though. She definitely got the look. I was hoping to see like a little ship of hers in this next panel. We see Shanks ship facing off against one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. What looks to be about eight ships from Shanks's fleet. And Kid says, "What the hell are these jokers really with? What the hell are these jokers really with red hair? This is supposed to be the new world, isn't it?" Killer says, "They've got some big names with them. Don't lower your guard." And then I think his kid speak. He says, "Don't worry, I never pull my punches." So supposedly these captains that we just been introduced to, there's some big name pirates. So I'm assuming they're strong. But you know, according to Killer, there's some big names. So, you know, see if they're gonna give Kid a little try. I don't think so. I don't think. I think at this point, Kid. I still don't think Kid could like beat Shanks, but I would say Kid is like right there at Shanks. Like he's probably a tier or two below Shanks, and I don't see him being able to, or I don't see him like losing to like these guys. You know what I'm saying? All right, so Shanks. I think that's Shanks. I'm not sure because we see the back of someone's head. It looked like Shanks though, like how Shanks has his hair backwards and then he has like that cape. He says, "Tell them to retreat." Oh, okay, all right. So Shanks is giving the order to this guy. I think he's telling them to tell the other ships that are about to face off with Kid. He's telling them to retreat, maybe because he knows that they ain't gonna be able to handle Kid, and he probably wants to handle him himself. And they say, "What are you saying, Chief? We won't let them lay a finger on you." And then Shanks says, "I appreciate the sentiment, but I want all ships to fall back." And one of I don't know who this woman is speaking. She says, "You're already heading off, Chief." And then the guy next to her says, "We only just met up." Bro, they love Shanks, bro. It now, yo, like these past few chapters we've been getting, Shanks is making me think. I know there's been a lot of speculation that Shanks has like some sinister motive, but he's too well loved to be. You know, like I remember there was a theory about him being like a slaver. You know, like him capturing slaves and selling them. He's just too loved. I mean, he could still be like very deceitful though, but I don't think I me personally I never believed that Shanks was had any sinister motive to him. So I never believed any of the theories that was saying like Shanks is really like the the ultimate bad in the series. I just don't think so, bro. I don't. I feel as though Oda loves Shanks too much to do that. You know what I mean? He loves Shanks as a good guy. You know. So yeah, we got all these people hugging Shanks. They say, or Shanks says, "I was just stopping by, but I lost track of time." And the big shot showed up, so now I've got to deal with him. Get those ships to move and open a path. And then one of the red hair pirate says the real reason you have to deal with him is because the fleet notoriously weak. Because the fleet's notoriously weak. Shanks's fleet. Shanks has a weak ass fleet. It makes sense though, right? It makes sense because I I always wonder the balance of each Yonko crew, right? I've always said I believe Well, there was a time I believe Shanks, like the crew that we already seen with, was possibly his only crew. Like maybe, you know how Luffy has the Straw Hats. Before he had the fleet, it was just the Straw Hats, and even with the fleet, he's still pretty solo dolo when it comes to just his main crew. Like he doesn't call out to the other ships to give them any orders. It's almost like they don't even exist at this point. But like it kind of I think I want to say Straw Hats, the Straw Hat crew might be similar to Shanks's crew, to where they're like Shanks's crew when it comes to the Yonko. I think the core of his crew, kind of like Straw Hats, I think they may be the strongest Yonko crew. When you look at the core, like the main ship, like I think Ben Beckman, he might be the strongest of all the first commanders. I think you could probably say like Lucky Roo, like even though he's not like the right hand, he might be stronger or just as strong as some of the other Yonko first commanders, like King, Katakuri, possibly, right? Possibly. But if like Shanks has a weak fleet, it kind of compensates or kind of balances things out to where his core crew is the strongest Yonko crew, but he has one of the weakest fleets. Where then you got Whitebeard, he might have a more balanced crew and fleet. Big Mom, same. Kaido, I think Kaido might actually possibly have one of the weakest fleets, weakest crews, possibly. I don't know, but it kind of balances out the fact that and I still believe that Kaido is indeed the strongest Yonko. Well, the OG Yonko. I still think people gonna hate me. Everybody gonna say, nah, Shanks. Shanks was never touted to be the strongest, bro. In this story, he was never touted to be the strongest. And I know a lot of people would love to use Marineford to say, oh, he stopped Marineford. Sengoku stopped Marineford because he knew it would have been dumb to fight another Yonko after you just took all those casualties fighting Whitebeard, like fighting one Yonko. Let's not act like Shanks just punked everybody. I mean, people were scared. Don't get me wrong, but it's very nuanced. It's more than just Shanks showing up and people getting scared and they like, oh, we're not fighting. It's more nuanced than that. I still say Kaido is indeed the strongest of the OG, right? So we see Shanks walking into the ship, and he said the real reason you have to deal with him is because the fleet's notoriously weak. One of the Shanks crew says, and everybody's laughing. You're not supposed to say that out loud. And they say a bunch of us wouldn't have lived this long if it weren't for your flag's protection. The only enemy you need to worry about is Father Tom. Granny Ori. Who's Granny Ori? I guess that's the one who said something about they would have been dead if it wasn't for Shanks. And then one of them laughed, ho ho ho. Well, aren't you cheeky? Yeah, so it's kind of sounding like Shanks just kind of brings in people like weak crews just to protect them. Like he kind of plays protector. You know what I mean? But I will say that Shanks has the strongest core crew. Like when you just look at his main crew, his fleet might be among the weakest. All right, so now we're on Shanks' ship, and we see Lucky Roo. Lucky Roo says, "Don't sweat it, Chief. We can handle this." And Shanks says, "You shouldn't underestimate the growth of these youngsters. His head's worth $3 billion after all." And then he says, "Still has he had enough time to heal since he was on Wano?" Yasop says, "He looks lively enough, and he seems up for a fight." Bro, I'm liking now that we getting some of the red hair pirates, bro. I like seeing getting Yasop again. I hope Yasop is on Elbaf when the Straw Hats get there. I want to see a Usopp and Yasop reunion, and I think the best place to get it would be on Elbaf. Like let's say if Yasop here, or if he catches wind that the Straw Hats are going to be heading to Elbaf, and he says, Hey Shanks, let me stay. I wanna meet my son. I wanna finally meet my son and see how much he's grown. Bruh, we need a Yasop and Usopp moment. We need one. Shanks says, guess it's fine then. And Shanks says, any news on Blackbeard? And somebody throws Shanks the newspaper. Is that Ben Beckman? I don't think so. That don't look like him. He said, nope. Last we heard, he left Pirate Island. And Shanks says, I was sure he was going to show his face in Wano. Bro, I thought Blackbeard was going to show his face in Wano too. Like maybe try to get like Kaido's devil fruit. Like that was one of my theories. That was one of my Wano theories. Like beginning of Wano that Blackbeard was trying to take Kaido's devil fruit. You know, cause come on now, what's cooler than a dragon with devil fruit or with earthquake and darkness abilities and all the dragon abilities, bro? Nothing's cooler than that, bro. Nothing's cooler than I'm sorry. That's just the dopest thing. If Blackbeard got Kaido's devil fruit, bro, he could turn into a dragon using his darkness and throwing earthquakes, like dark earthquake bombs and come on, bro. Let's say, you know how Kaido has that blast breath? Instead of like the blast breath being like fire, what if it was darkness that created earthquakes? Top tier, bro. That would Blackbeard instantly top tier, bro. Blackbeard, he already top tier, but instantly at the top of the top, I would say. I was wanting that so bad, y'all. I'm sorry. It was my fan canon that was wanting that. Who is that guy though that's talking to Shanks? I don't remember. I don't remember who he is. It don't look like Ben Beckman though. He says we've got some info on Captain Kidd though. Now we see Shanks reading like a stack of papers, and he says, so he's from the South Blue. He sure did a lot of rampaging to make it this far. Then we cut to Kid. Kid says, how many ships are there now? Killer says 9, and there's plenty of faces I recognize from the bounty posters on them. So we see Kid using his devil fruit ability. He says, I don't give a damn who we're up against. I'll blast them down to the ocean floor in 10 seconds flat. And then he pulls out his railgun. You know, he makes his railgun. And my question is, right? My question when it comes to Kid, how I get how his ability works, but how is he making a railgun? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel as though, does Kid have like some level of engineering knowledge? Like, does he have some engineering knowledge? Because it's one thing to just be able to manipulate metal, but it's another thing to actually create a full-on railgun. And it works, right? Like, you can't just put a bunch of metal together in the shape of a gun and it's going to shoot like a gun. No, it has to have the inner functions and things have to be connected a certain way and all that good stuff. So how is he making a railgun? I never understood that. How does he now? Maybe he has some engineering knowledge where he could actually put it together and all that good stuff. But if he doesn't, I don't get how he's doing it though. I do not get how he's doing it. And the other ships are saying, "Whoa, what the hell is that? Some sort of massive cannon? Is it me? Or are we getting pulled in?" So not only is Kid like about to shoot these dudes, he's also pulling them in too. So he don't miss. Yo, Kid is like, yo, I don't miss, bruh. I do not miss. And you see Shanks. Shanks notices. I'm assuming. I'm assuming Shanks is using observation hockey. You know, maybe even future sight. Shanks might be using future sight right now. He might be using future sight. But I would say he's definitely using observation. No, definitely. And Shanks says, "This is bad. What's going on, Chief? Get all the ships to move aside now. Dory, Brogy, get in position. It's about it's about time." So is this like Shanks using future sight? Yeah. This is Shanks using future. Bro, I wonder how strong. Like, I wonder how far into the future Shanks could see. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Katakuri can only see like 7 seconds into the future, right? Uh, Luffy, I don't know how far his future sight go, as far as how far he could see. But I would think Shanks might been able to. He might have had future sight for a while at this point, right? So he could probably see like a minute into, or like he could probably see like much longer than guys like Katakuri and Luffy at this point. But we get like a glimpse into the future of these ships being destroyed by kids railgun and everybody screaming. Shanks says he's about to do some serious damage. And then we see Ben Beckman. He says, "Sounds like you've seen a hell of a future." Yeah. Ben Beckman just confirmed it. Just confirmed it. He says, "As expected." And we see Kid. So Kid's about to shoot, but bro, red hair. Yo, Shanks is right in front of Kid, bro. He jumped all the way to Kid's ship. And Kid says, "Red hair." Bro, it's about to go down. It's about to go down. In the wise words of Jay-Z. In the wise words of Jay-Z. It's about to go down. It's about, bro. Come on. Shanks hits a divine departure, and he shocks the hell out of Kid. I guess Kid wasn't showing. He wasn't expecting Shanks to show up at his front door like dominoes. Shanks showed up the kids. He pulled up the kid's front door like dominoes and said, "What's good?" And then he slices Kid's railgun, while at the same time, I'm assuming Shanks is using Conqueror's Haki, because we see a bunch of guys foaming at the mouth, passing out. I'm assuming they're Kid's crewmates. And I think Shanks also destroyed a portion of the ship as well. Bro, this is a dope. This is a sick ass panel right here. This is a sick ass panel with this divine departure from Shanks. Bruh. Oh, we about to get a full on fight with Shanks and Kid. Bro. We about to get busy, y'all. We about to get busy, bro. I'm excited. So, Kid's ship took that full on attack, bro. His ship ain't looking too good after this attack. It ain't looking too, it ain't looking good for Kid's ship. It ain't looking good for Kid's ship. My question, I'm gonna ask this at it. Damn! Don't tell me Kid's out of this already. The fight ain't even start yet, bro. Kid pulled up like pulled out the rail gun. Like, what's good? Don't tell me this is it, cause Kid looked like he about to be out. We see Kid coughing up blood, falling back. His crew yelling, "Captain!" Everybody getting sent back. He said, "Oh!" And did okay, so Shanks puts his sword, he sheathes his sword, and he's walking towards Kid's body, which is, we see a trail of blood coming from Kid's body. Bruh, come on, Kid. We was rooting for you, Kid. We was rooting for you. Yo, we're somebody's. I this moment needs that. I don't know if y'all know that Tyra Banks gif. It was like it was like a show she used to be on, America's Top Model, back in the day. She was like, "We was rooting for you." Like I just need a video of that. We was rooting for you, bruh. Oh, come on, kid ain't out of the game, bro. Kid ain't out of. He can't be out of the game already, bro. Already, boo, boo, kid, boo. See, useless kid, bro. He's living up to that title, bro. Kid's living up to that title. I hope I'm wrong. The chapter's not done. I could be wrong, but so far, if this is it, if this is the whole Shanks and Kid fight, he officially has the title, useless kid. I don't want to hear nobody defending this character no more. I was been rooting for Kid, man. But if he's done, he doesn't get back up. He lost me. He lost me. Yo, Shanks is pissed. My man Shanks is looking down, pissed, and we see Killer passed out. His part of his mask is broken. They said even Killer got caught in it. He was trying to help. And then we see them gather around Kid. They said the captain's not moving. Is he going to die? Yeah, I don't think Kid is out of the game. He better not be out of the game. And then the rest of Kid's power says, "Red hair, we surrender. Please have mercy. Don't kill our captain." And then we see someone like with blankets in her hand, and he says, "Here, take them. Our low poneglyphs." Oh, so they're I thought they were blankets. So these are the rubbings. So they're about to give up the roll poneglyph rubbings. Kid ain't gonna like this, bro. Kid is not gonna like this. Kid ain't gonna this is probably when Kid get up. This is gonna be when Kid gets up. Someone says, "Hey Chief, over here." And we see like I'm assuming that's Shanks. I'm assuming that's Shanks. And he like moves. We just see him like jump off, whoosh. And they say, "Wait, something's happening on the island." And we see the silhouette of Dorian Broggy. Oh, I know what they about to do. I know what they about to do. That thing they did on Little Garden when they helped the Straw Hats escape, and they killed that Sea King. They about to destroy. They about to wipe out Shanks's crew. So they done surrendered, or not Shanks's crew, Kid's crew. So the Kid pirates surrendered, and they still about to wipe them out. Bruh, they pissed Shanks off. They pissed Shanks the hell off. So we see Dorian Broggy winding up, and they say, "Hey, little people, if you're going to point a cannon at someone's home, you better be ready for when they fire back." Bro, facts, man. They are freaking trolling Kid. They are trolling Kid. They do the Hakuoku sovereignty, and we see this big blast between. It's that same attack that they killed that Sea King to save the Straw Hats, if I remember correctly. And it like splits Kid's ship in half. You know something? And it kind of remind me, like the name of it, Hakuro. Is that an attack that Big Mom used? Cause I know she used something with sovereignty in it, but I don't know if it's the Hakur. What was this? It's the Hakuku Hakoko sovereignty. She might use a different attack, but it's still something with sovereignty in it. Matter of fact, yeah, because I think when Big Mom uses it, she like winds up for the swing right before she kind of, it's like a baseball swing, right? Just out of the park. So we see Kid's ship split in half, And the older box says, "On this day in the New World by Elbath, the Kid pirate crew, led by Captain Useless Kid, Useless Mid, a man worth 3 billion." And we see like all the kids' crew falling into the water. It says a decisive victory was completely eradicated. Bro, this man Shanks, bro. This man Shanks was like, bro, once Kid brought out that railgun, he was like, nah. I was gonna take it easy on this man. I was even gonna give him an opportunity, but nah, he wanna point these railguns at my crew. No, we not letting that happen. We are not letting that happen. I was expecting Kid to get back up though. I ain't gonna lie. I was expecting Kid to get back up, but he didn't. He didn't. All right, so let's talk about this chapter. So we get a glimpse of how everything went down before, like on Egghead Island, before everything went to shit, before the Seraphim started attacking everybody. We get a glimpse to see where, how York put her plan into action. You know, she's talking to the Seraphim. She's saying, look, I want y'all to kill everybody except me, and don't kill Stella, and don't don't damage a certain area, nor don't kill the hostages we have, right? So they are indeed hostages that I'm assuming she's going to use these hostages as a way to get off safely in the island, So at first I was saying like, okay, I don't know if you're really playing this out well, but it's kind of seemed like maybe she did playing this out pretty well, because we see her say like, yo, I want y'all to go on this rampage. She looks at Bo and says, look, while everybody's looking, I want you to turn me to stone, and then when they're not looking no more, unturn me to stone. And it's kind of making me think that yes, this is indeed York. Like, I'm starting to think is York, because if it wasn't York, when we got the flashback of her talking to the Seraphim, it's like, why wouldn't it just been whoever it really is talking to the Seraphim? Like if it was Atlas, right? Why wouldn't it be Atlas talking to the Seraphim? Or why wouldn't we just got like a silhouette or something? You know what I mean? But no, it was York talking to the Seraphim, giving them these orders. So I do think it is. I think this chapter kind of confirms, or at least it's Oda trying to make us, like, he's trying to drive home that yes, it's York, just to make us believe it more. So I'm more inclined to believe that yes, it is, just based on this chapter. I'm inclined to believe that yes, it is indeed York doing all this stuff. And we also see the citizens, all the civilians that stay on not Punk Hazard, on Egghead Island, that they're like the lab workers. They're also trying to escape the ship. I'm starting to believe that, like, right before they could leave, Kizaru might show up and destroy the ship or something. You know what I mean? Because we know that the Marines and the world government, led by Kizaru and Saturn, are showing up to Egghead Island soon to do something, right? We keep getting hints of like O'Hara, so I'm thinking, is it going to be a Buster call? Is it going to be that thing at Lelougia? I don't know. I'm inclined to believe possibly the Lelougia thing, right? But I don't know. We don't know. And right before we kind of leave Egghead Island, like before the chapter leaves Egghead Island, we see Blackbeard's ship. We see one of Blackbeard's ships, right? So Blackbeard's presence will be known on Egghead Island moving in the future. Now that I think about it, right? We see Blackbeard's ship off the coast of Egghead Island. How long has it been there? Did it just arrive, or has it been there for a while? Because we're talking about York, right? And I say yes, this chapter makes me think that it is York, but I have a alternative, because a lot of people don't believe it's York, right? I have an alternative, because we know Blackbeard is off the coast of Egghead Island. We don't know how long his presence been around Egghead Island though. Could it be Katarina Devine though? Could she be acting like York? Because if she could change into York, I would assume that the Seraphim would believe she's York, right? Because she looks like York, sounds like York, all that stuff. I would assume that maybe she turned into York and she's kind of causing all this havoc. You know, if anybody could do it, Katarina Devine and Augur could have got her on the island, right? Maybe she's been on the island for a while at this point, you know, hiding. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. Who was that figure that looked like Saturn that was on like the camera feeds? It was a figure that looked like Saturn. So either Saturn is already on the island or it's Katarina. You know, maybe it was like Katarina. I don't know if she was acting like Saturn. Maybe she was. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm saying though, you know, we do know that Blackbeard is off the coast, and he could have been there like that ship, not Blackbeard, but the Blackbeard ship is off the coast, and that ship could have been there for a while at this point. We don't know, you know, or maybe it did just arrive. But Katarina could be the one causing all this. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We cut to Egghead Island, or not Egghead. We cut to Elbath, where we left off with Kid going to confront Shanks and his crew. Some of Shanks's crew is already going towards Kid. They're already trying to, you know, intercept Kid for Shanks so he don't make it to Shanks. Supposedly these ships are led by some big name captains, you know, according to Killer. But we cut to the island where Shanks was, right? And Shanks was like, hey, pull everybody back, you know, let me handle this. And then the people on the island, like some of Shanks' crew, they're like, hey, you know, we're not that strong. We're not that strong. So, yes, these characters are big names, but they're probably not that, based on how they was acting on island, they was going to be fodder. They was going to be fodder because Kid pulled out his railgun and he was like, look, I'm about to take all you guys out. Y'all want to be in my way. I'm trying to get the Shanks. Y'all want to be in my way. I'm taking all you guys out. Shanks uses Future Sight Hockey and he's like, hey, yo, get them out of the way right now. And then he jumps into action right before Kid could shoot his railgun. He hits Kid with a divine departure, destroying Kid's railgun, destroying a good portion of Kid's ship, finishing Kid. Like, he pretty much low diff Kid. Like, he low diff Kid and his crew. Killer is down. Kid is down. His crew is like, hey, we surrendered. Like, we surrendered. Just don't kill our captain. We have these poneglyph robins for you, Shanks. Just take them and leave. Shanks obviously don't care, though. He's like, look, y'all already pissed me off. Y'all came in my territory. I gave y'all opportunity. Y'all didn't want to listen. So now I'm taking these poneglyph robins and I got something for y'all. At the coast, we see Dory and Brogri winding up for attack. That same attack that we seen them do at on Little Garden Island. The Hakuko Sovereignty, and they split Kid's ship right down the middle, and we just see Kid's the Kid pirates fall to the bottom of the ocean. So it looked like Kid is pretty much out of it. I don't think he's dead, but I don't know if his crew is going to survive and who's going to save Kid, because Kid is a devil fruit user. So and Killer is also, he has that smile fruit, right? Like, he ate a smile fruit, so he's going to be weak to water as well. So somebody's going to have to save Killer and Kid and, you know, bring them to the coast. They're not going to have a ship. But, dang, Kid pretty much got no diff. That is wild. Shanks done flexed on Kid, bro. Shanks done flexed on Kid. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Also, subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications. Comment down below your thoughts on the chapter. What did you enjoy about the chapter? What didn't you like? Or what did I get right? What did I get wrong? Let me know down in the comments. Follow me on Twitch, So you can catch me live. You can engage with me in real time. And if you want to get at me directly, make sure you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And join the Discord. The Discord is probably going to be the best place to get at me. That's usually where I'm the most active. If you want to send me content to react to, I have a channel in the Discord for that. If you want to be part of a future discussion stream, make sure you are part of the Discord. All of these will be in the description box below. So yeah, that's all I got for the chapter today, y'all. It's your boy Sean P, the Bluff God, and I'm out of here. Peace.